Hey there, everybody. Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter from CARTERMATT.com.
And this is You're the Masked Singer video. We are breaking down the question. We have our nose to the grindstone as we figure out who is the Ladybug. This video is going to give you all the clues, theories, guesses we have assembled. We're going to break everything down that we saw in the intro package, the performance. You're going to be seeing the Ladybug perform on the show moving forward through season 2. We know a little bit, but there's some more stuff that's out there, and we want to try to figure some of that out with you guys. But before we do anything else, if you enjoy this video, be sure to give us a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That is the best way to make sure you don't miss any more updates that we have. The rest of this season, we got a lot of guesses and revelations to be made. There may be some bad guesses in here. Be forewarned right now. All right, so the Ladybug, do we like the Ladybug as just, it's a cool costume.
Yeah, it's a cool costume. It's a really cool costume.
It's a cool costume. I think she's a little bit under the radar. I think everyone's kind of talking about, we love the leopard. People are talking a lot about the butterfly. The Rottweiler's gotten some attention.
Yep.
Ladybug's not getting enough love, I think.
Yeah, I think so too, because the Ladybug really can sing.
Yeah, the
beautiful voice.
Yeah, she's got a good voice. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily, I've won 20 Grammys, but it's certainly someone who has vocal talent and has a good bit of ability. But let's get into some of the clues of what we know about this Ladybug right now, because there's some interesting stuff that is going on in here that I think is racking a lot of the internet's brain. Starting with the whole entirety of the clue package we saw.
Yeah.
It was basically a game show.
Yes.
And, it felt a lot like Wheel of Fortune, which, I guess what other show is there with the wheel? But
yeah, originally I was thinking of Vanna White, but the more I looked into the clues, the more I feel that that's completely wrong.
Yeah, I think they're... I want to believe whoever this is, it has some sort of connection to game shows, just because otherwise...
Yeah, either they've been on it, or they have a relative that's running it, or something.
Yeah, maybe they've hosted, or they've been like a number 2 host, or something like that. It just feels weird. You would make this entire package about a game show for no apparent reason at all.
Exactly.
But while they're spinning this wheel, you see on the wheel a number of different images on all the little different pieces of it. And this is just some of them, but you see a ham, you see a pumpkin, there's a dog at one point, there's a cop car, and there is a skull. Those are some of the images that we've got going on. What do you make of that?
Well, somebody's either been in a little bit of trouble maybe with the cops. Maybe they have cops in their family. They like Halloween or kind of the more macabre type things in life.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Well, one I forgot to mention, there's also a gavel in there, so maybe there's somebody who loves Halloween. Maybe they just love wearing costumes. Maybe they are a little bit morbid. Maybe they're showing the ham. Maybe they're Jewish and they can't have ham, and this is sort of like a reverse psychology sort of clue that they're throwing at us. Or maybe
the ham is the one that's throwing
it's really
off,
random.
I don't know what is happening.
Maybe they just really love ham.
Yeah, it's possible.
But there's also, it said that they've been around fame their whole life. Is it, a daughter of Dr. Seuss, and this is like a green eggs and ham reference.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dr. Seuss has a daughter. I'm just throwing things out there. But anyway, the gavel and the cop car, maybe they've played a lawyer or a cop on a show.
Yeah.
Something like that. But let's jump into the next part of this, because they've also talked about how they have been around a lifetime of drama.
Yeah.
That means to me, it's not someone who, originally found fame themselves. Like, they didn't start their own fame. They originally...
It feels like they're part of a famous family that some of the fame has now come on to them. That it's the trickle effect of the drama and the fame that maybe the parents have had and hand down to them and down the line.
Yeah, and the fact that this had a lifetime of drama, that was like, is it a show that's been on Lifetime? Is that something they're throwing at us? Or
a drama that just feels like it's been on a Lifetime, like an SVU that's been on for how many seasons now?
Yeah.
Longest running drama out there.
And we're saying that because, and we'll talk about it later, but Mariska Hargitay is one of the people that I know has been thrown out there as a possible guest for this. But the lifetime of drama is interesting. It's somebody obviously from a famous family.
Yep.
They are appreciating the fact that they're getting to be kind of anonymous on this show. And that tells me that not necessarily that they hate their fame, but that they're curious about what it is to not have it. And so they have an element of curiosity about them. I don't think this is necessarily someone who is, strolling down Hollywood Boulevard being like, hey guys, look how famous I am all the time.
Yeah, and it might be someone who just wants to see what it's like to bring in their own voice away from what the family has created.
Yeah.
As far as fame or drama or anything else.
Yeah, and I mean, I always like to read sometimes into the costume itself and like think, is there a connection here? And Ladybug, it's one of those sort of things where I feel like people really like ladybugs.
Well, there's in Canada, I don't know if it's like this in the US, but we used to have a thing that if a ladybug landed on you, you were going to have good luck for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's a thing in the States too. I mean, ladybugs can be a symbol of good luck. They're also, most people hate bugs. But it's
nobody hates ladybugs.
Yeah.
Well, not nobody, but come on. If you hate a ladybug, why?
It's
why?
like a butterfly.
Leave in the comments. Why do you hate them? They're beautiful.
And I think maybe there's something kind of to that, though, that, they're a part of a group that's not always well liked, but maybe they are the one that's kind of rising above, that they are sort of the ladybug of their category or whatever their, particular part of fame is. We heard a little bit of their voice. Oh, but before I should talk about their singing voice, we should mention strong southern accent that's coming from this ladybug.
Yeah.
Is it as put on as the southern accent I just did? That is the tinfoil hat question to end all tinfoil hat questions.
And that's saying something because you're from Texas.
Yeah, yes, but I love it when people come on The Masked Singer and fake an accent because I just think it is a new level of commitment to the craft of just finding a way to throw people off.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a legitimate southern accent?
No.
Okay.
I don't. I don't.
This is almost like one of those like Real Housewives shows where someone's accused of like faking an accent and then they throw the drink at the other person.
Yep, that's right. We've seen that.
Yeah, it feels like that happens at least a few different times a year. But okay, the singing voice, she does, this I Need a Hero song. I may not even be saying the name correctly, but it's a very iconic song, well known. It's a soaring song. Like you have to hold a lot of those notes out really, really far. With that in mind, I think she's a pretty decent singer.
Yep.
She's someone who knows how to be on stage. She wasn't extremely mobile, but at the same time...
Well, that's a pretty tough costume.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like you're not able to really kind of get down like the penguin can in theirs.
Let's get to some of the guesses, though, because there's some interesting ones that are out there. Vanna White, we've already kind of nixed. That's no good.
It's a no-go.
I know in the first video we did, I threw out there just against the wall Kelly Osbourne because I was just sort of thinking Kelly would totally be the sort of person who would fake an accent because I think she's got that sort of sense of humor, has been in fame. She fits the Matt Carter theory of reality TV. If you've done one reality show, you will do a number of reality shows. Dancing with the Stars, the Osbournes.
Yeah.
Now that I've kind of restudied these clues, I didn't pick up on it at first, but the skull, the pumpkin, the Osbournes, they do love dogs. I know that's something Sharon Osbourne made clear very many times on America's Got Talent when she was a judge.
And it's a lifetime of drama.
Yeah.
There's been... Her dad's been in the news a million times over the years for all kinds of stuff from his shows to whatever, so she would have grown up in that.
Yeah. I will say this, though, as a possible reason why it may not be her. I went and listened to her version of Papa Don't Preach before coming on here and tried to compare it to her performance here. They don't sound exactly the same. I mean, it doesn't necessarily sound like it's Kelly Osbourne's voice, but to be fair, Papa Don't Preach, she has a lot of vocal distortion that's like going on there, and so maybe this is more of what her natural singing voice would sound like.
Could be.
So, what are you thinking?
Okay, so my thoughts were, we were just talking about this before we came on here, is going along with the Kelly Osbourne feeling of it that it could be Gene Simmons' daughter, Sophie Simmons. And she's somebody who, again, has grown up with Gene Simmons as her dad, with the same sort of skulls and pumpkins and little bit of crazy drama, all of that sort of thing that's been going on since she was little. So it sort of feels like it could be possibly her.
Yeah, I don't think it's something that we can really fully rule out. I mean, she was on the X Factor at one point. We know that she can sing on some level. You know that, she's been around music. Gene Simmons' Family Jewels ran for a long time.
And there's your theory again.
Yeah.
You've been on one reality show, you'll be on them all.
So I think all of that sort of stuff works, but I mean, we shouldn't just limit ourselves to them when it comes to reality TV families, because a couple of different ways we could sort of look at this now. Could we say maybe this is a Kylie Jenner or a Kendall Jenner? Because I don't think if you look at Kim Kardashian or Kourtney that they had enough time in their lives where they were not famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Kendall and Kylie, they're young enough. They were really kind of a part of fame very early on.
They were.
Granted,
the only thing that I wonder about those guesses is that they would not have time to do this show. They are really busy. They are everywhere. I think Kylie has her own makeup line. They're modeling. They're jet setting. There's a lot of stuff going on as far as business-wise with them that I don't know if they would have enough time to do this show unless they were kind of thinking, oh, well, I'll get eliminated right away, so at least I can be on the show and then I can get back to work.
I think this is a valuable question to ask. Why? Why are you putting yourself through this aggravation of doing this show, wearing the hot, sweaty costume, dealing with all these ridiculous guesses thrown at you?
Because it's so fun.
I would like to do it, don't get me wrong, but I am also not swimming in Scrooge McDuck levels of money like Kylie Jenner is.
It's true. That's why I was saying it would have to be, they would want to do the show because it's such a fun show. It's so popular. Trying out something new that they don't normally get to do. But Kylie Jenner in particular, she's so busy that I just didn't know if she would be able to dedicate the amount of time that it took to film the show.
I have heard Kim Kardashian sing. It's not Kim Kardashian. I don't know how well Kendall or Kylie can sing.
No, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe, but, they're so rich they could just hire vocal trainers and, they could probably figure out a way to make it work. One other person I kind of thought a little bit about, Nikki Hilton, Paris, been actively involved in music for a while.
Yep.
I don't know if Nikki Hilton can sing.
No, I do know that Paris has put out some songs, though, and she can carry a tune, so it's possible it's her as well.
Yeah, I don't think we can necessarily rule out Paris, and Paris would totally fake an accent. That totally seems right up her alley.
And she's DJing and really heavy into music, so that's a good guess.
Yeah, I don't think it's something we can rule out. So let's talk, though, the Mariska Hargitay of it all, because this is what I've heard. And I've watched a lot of SVU. And, she is in interviews really, really funny. I don't think she gets anywhere near enough credit for just, how just fun it is to listen to her, talk as an actual...
I think it's just hard because she does such a serious show, a show that she really believes in and really believes in the message behind this show, to then see that other side of her.
Yeah, I think she would do something like this. I think she would find it really, really fun. You do have the gavel, and you have the cop car, so you have that sort of stuff. I don't know about the lifetime of fame. Probably this is just on me. It's my own fault for not knowing enough about Mariska's, family history or anything like that. But she has been on a Law & Order show for over 20 years.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking lifetime of drama might just be that it is the longest running drama now on TV. So maybe that's where they're going with it. That's not necessarily a lifetime of drama, like you've been thrown into the drama pit since you were a baby, but maybe it's a lifetime of drama. You're the longest running drama on TV.
Yeah, and I'll say this, in listening to Ladybug's singing voice, I've never heard Mariska sing.
No.
I don't know if she can sing. But it sounded like it could sound like her singing, and I think it's interesting enough. Kelly Osbourne was my first guess. I feel like I need to ride the Kelly Osbourne train, but the Mariska one is just so fun because
I would love that. Wouldn't you die if that mask came off and it was her? I would die. It would be exactly like the Drew Pinsky one, where my jaw was on the floor and I couldn't believe it. That would be so good, and it would just be nice to see more sides of her. I just really love her.
And I think the thing I really need to know is when The Masked Singer specifically filmed, because I think they film in LA, SVU films in New York, but SVU tends to start, I think, early July-ish. So if they filmed this in June, maybe she would have had just enough time between seasons to go over and do it. But is there anything else you want to say on the Ladybug?
No, please be Mariska.
All right. Well, I want to know from you guys. Give me your thoughts, your theories on the Ladybug. Let us know how wrong we are if we are wrong in the comments, and also give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking out that link in the description to the CARTERMATT store, and we'll see you here next time.